Hey, what's up? This is Amy Scott Grant, and today I'm talking about truth testing methods. Now, why would you want to use a truth testing method? Well, apart from trying to figure out whether or not someone is lying to you or telling the truth, you can also use any truth testing method to determine what is the best possible choice for you. So if you've ever been faced with a really tough decision and wondering how on earth are you going to pick just the right option, this is a foolproof method by which you can actually determine from your highest self what is the most optimal, like what is the highest and best for you in this moment right now. This has an infinite number of uses, and I promise you, once you know how to use this and you start playing around with it, you're going to want to use it on everything. It's just that cool. So let's go ahead and get started. Are you ready? Okay, good. So, like I said, you can use anything. You can take a ring and put it on a chain, and you can use that. You can use a paper clip on a piece of string. Pretty much anything that's got some kind of string, rope, cord, chain, etc., monofilament line, doesn't matter. And then something that's got a little bit of weight to it to have on the end, something that'll actually dangle when you hold it. Doesn't really matter how long the chain is, but you want to have about, say, 4 to 6 inches hanging down. So if you've got a really long chain, you just want to grab it in such a way that you've got that little bit extra hanging down here. And then as far as where you want to hold the pendulum, well, you want the swinging part to hit you right about in the middle of the chest, right where your heart chakra is, actually. Well, it's not actually going to hit you, like I said, but it is going to swing across from there, ideally about 4 to 6 inches in front of your chest. So you would be holding it somewhere around your chin. The top of it would be about 4 to 6 inches from your chin, and the bottom part would be dangling about 4 to 6 inches from your chest. And you want to make sure that your jaw is relaxed, your wrist, your neck, and your shoulder, all of that is nice and relaxed. So when you first start learning how to use the pendulum, it's best for you to sit up straight and have both feet flat on the floor. Nothing crossed, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is to calibrate your pendulum. And by calibrate, we mean we're just going to ask a few questions so that we can find out what your particular signs are. There are certain universal signs, but everybody kind of has their own sign, and it's totally fine. It doesn't matter if yours are universal or not. What matters is that you know what sign means yes for you, and you know what sign means no for you. And there's actually a third sign, which is for need more information. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. And from a still position, you simply ask, and you can ask out loud or in your head, either way works the same. Just ask, please show me a clear sign for yes. Please show me a clear sign for yes. Now, as you can see, mine is moving front to back, just like that. In fact, I'm going to hold mine a little bit higher than you would just so that you'll be able to see it, okay? So please show me a clear sign for yes. Front to back, like a head nodding yes. That's my symbol for yes. That also happens to be the universal symbol for yes. So is a clockwise turn. Now, you can tell I moved that with my hand. I just wanted to demonstrate to you. That might be your symbol, but really anything could be your symbol, because you know what? My husband's symbols are totally jacked. His stands still for a no, it goes back and forth for a yes, and I don't even know what it does for need more information. Like I said, doesn't matter as long as you know what your symbols are and you know what a yes looks like for you. A yes, no, and need more info. Now, if for some reason you're in the position, you're doing everything just right, and it doesn't seem to be moving, then all there is to do is relax. There's nothing wrong. Stay focused on the question. Please show me a clear sign for yes. Please show me a clear sign for yes. No attachment, no stress. This is supposed to be fun and easy like everything I teach. And just hang tight and stay focused on it until it actually begins to move. Okay? Now, then you can still it with your other hand once you know what your sign for yes is, and ask, please show me a clear sign for no. Boy, and you can see mine already start to move before I even get the question out, because I'm usually thinking my question. So it's like by the time I verbalized it, my pendulum's already moving. Yours will too. As soon as you get the hang of it, it just takes a little bit of practice. So please show me a clear sign for no. And as you can see, mine is moving back and forth like a head shaking no. Okay? Sorry, I'm distracted by my microphone being in the shot there. Okay. Now, still it with your hand and then ask one final question, which is please show me a clear sign for need more information. Now mine, I don't know if you can tell, actually on the video it kind of looks like it's going around in a circle, but mine is actually moving front to back on an angle, okay? So yours might move clockwise, counterclockwise, it might shake, it might stay dead still. If you get some signs but one sign you don't get anything for, just stay still. Ask if staying still is your sign for that question. Now once you've calibrated and you know what your signs are, it's time to start asking, and this is when it gets really, really fun. The most important thing to remember is that the quality of the answers you get will be directly dependent on the quality of the questions you ask. So it's very important that you ask questions in a specific way in order to get the most accurate possible answer. So, if you've heard me talk before about goals, I've mentioned that at the end of the goals it's advisable to include a line, something to the effect of thank you for this and something better. I call it the catch-all disclaimer. Well, there's a similar catch-all disclaimer for pendulum use, or actually any of the truth testing methods I teach you, not just pendulum, and that is all things considered. When you ask all things considered, you're inviting your highest self to look at all angles of the situation, not just what you want and not just the angles that you can see from the position you're sitting in. This is like getting a God's eye view of the question, okay? So I highly recommend that all your questions start with all things considered. The next thing to remember in phrasing your question is to avoid the use of any judgment words. You could consider that while we have plenty of judgments about what we think is good, bad, right, wrong, should, shouldn't, best, worst, etc., to the universe, it's all good. It's all best. Even the stuff we think is oh so crappy, the universe thinks is delicious. So, you don't want to ask anything like, should I go on this date, or should I go on this job interview, or should I change jobs, or should I go on this trip, or blah, 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 blah. You just wind up shooting all over yourself, right? No, what you want to do is ask what is optimal. Not what's best, what's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's bad, what's optimal. All things considered, is it optimal? Fill in the blank. All things considered, is it optimal for me to go on this trip? All things considered, is it optimal for me to try a different truth testing method? All things considered, is Amy off her rocker? Whatever the question is that you would like an answer to, this is how you phrase it. All things considered, is it optimal? Now, if you're checking for truth and accuracy, for example, you want to know if somebody's full bull or not, like you want to know if they're telling you the truth, then you could say, all things considered, is it true and accurate that honey actually comes from horses, right? You should get a no from that. So, the really cool thing is, and why I love teaching this to people, is because right off the bat, you've got a way to check for what's true. You don't have to take anything I say at face value. Because believe me, in these videos, you'll sometimes hear me say some wacky stuff. So you don't have to just go, oh, well, Amy said it, it must be true. No, you can check. You don't have to take my word for anything. You don't have to take anybody's word for anything. I'm telling you, this is gold mine stuff I'm teaching you. Before you make a major purchase, before you go into business with someone, before you move, before you change jobs or careers, before you launch a new website, pick a domain name. Can you imagine how much time and aggravation you'll be saved just by checking in with your highest self using something as simple as a pendulum? I know, you're welcome. You're going to love me for this. So just keep practicing, and in the next video, I'm going to give you some tips on what to do if you get an answer like need more information, and how to ask multiple choice questions, because right now I only showed you how to answer yes, no, need more information questions. But there are ways to check multiple choice, lots of fun ways actually. I'm going to teach you how to do that. I'm going to teach you how to clear limiting beliefs, and I'm going to teach you 2 other methods, because I know for some people they are just a pro at these other 2 methods and they can't get the pendulum to swing. And there ain't nothing wrong with that, because you know I teach you all the methods I know, and I invite you to choose the one that works for you. So thanks for hanging out with me today and learning how to use a pendulum. Go practice, and be sure to email me your questions to support@newsuccess.org. And if you want to set up a private coaching session with me where I show you how to use your pendulum to clear your most debilitating limiting beliefs, then go visit my website, AskAmyAnything.com. All right, make it a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.